in scoring Mob Mentality for orchestra, Igor Stravinsky was a huge influence, both rhythmically and just the amount of brass in the orchestration, and especially Rite of Spring and Firebird from an orchestral piece standpoint in the 20th century orchestral repertoire. I think that had the closest thing to the mood I was going for, and I feel like if he were alive today, he'd be into like orchestral rock, be a rock band kind of guy. And beyond that, just other Russian composers like Tchaikovsky, not the Nutcracker, Prokofiev, and then Ludwig van Beethoven's kind of a badass too. So I'll give the Western Europe some cred too.
Prokofiev.
I heard Sevendust with Angel Sun, which is a more beautiful, gorgeous song that I could get into at that time, and I bought the album Animosity, and in many ways that was my gateway drug into heavy rock music. And by high school and college, they were among my absolute favorite bands, if not my favorite band. I've seen them live so many times. And then when we were looking for a vocalist for this song, Lajon just seemed like an unattainable idea to me. And after a few correspondences, we talked on the phone, and he's like, I love it, let's do it. And I told him I thought this would be a great experience for him, because as many things as Sevendust has done in their career and as much great music they've written and albums they've put out, they've never done something with a full string orchestra 10-minute piece like this. And I thought this would be something totally new and interesting for him to take on, and LJ felt the same way.
Man, thank you so much for all your work you're putting into this song.
What are you talking about?
This means the world to me.
Thank you guys, man.
As far as the song, this is the most personal to me, most proud of personally.
I hope I'm doing it justice, man.
Dude, I mean, so far, if any indication what we have so far.
All right. Right on.
And he really gave a voice to this song that has so much meaning to me as far as what I've been working on, as these guys said, for 4 years. And the song also has a very deeply personal meaning to me, as over the course of those years, the song was always about the urgency to leave a legacy behind that is consistent with what one's spirit yearns for. The consistent theme throughout the album is that creative ambition, but in this case about the meaning of your life with regard to that, and what makes your life meaningful and purposeful, and makes you feel like you can look back and feel proud of it and feel like in some way there's some permanence or some purpose to your life. And it always had that meaning. And then towards the end of writing it, my dear friend Ugana Iguatu, who I went to college with, passed away less than 24 hours later after he'd stayed the night at my house. Actually, I'd shown him a demo of that song before Lajon was even on it that weekend, and he loved it. And so I've gotten to share that with him. And yeah, within hours of him leaving, he passed away tragically of an asthma attack. And one way that our friendship came to really materialized in college was, I felt vocally there was a lot about his voice that reminded me of Lajon, as far as the expressiveness and the malleability of their voice and the way it just moves, and I felt that, and just the emotiveness, and combining that with the heavy music that I really liked, which is not part of Ugana's world. And so I took him to see a Sevendust concert, and that was our first thing we did as friends, and he got to see this vocalist who had meant so much to me, and that I felt connected, me and Ugana. And then the song took on this new meaning that I absolutely dedicate to him and his family. The meaning of, not only is it this legacy important, this legacy question, but this urgency, this race against time to make that impact. And obviously he made an impact on me and anyone who knew him well, but there's the question of what else could he have done had he been here, and what else could he leave behind for us. And that sense of urgency lights a fire under me. It lit a fire under me to say, I have to finish this. Life could be taken away from me at any time, and we all have to continue to strive for that dream, because you don't know when you'll lose that sense of agency to control that, or have any sense of leaving an impact on the world that's positive and favorable to the people that you love. And to have Lajon then be the voice of that message in that song that's so connected to him, to Gunna, and the vulnerability of feeling so frail and so fragile and mortal. It just, there's words that can't really describe that.
I never felt so ready.